What was your question again?
About drinking water with lemon.
Okay, well, lemon is a superfood. Water is actually the best food for us. Although it's 2.3 pH, which is very acidic, it has an alkaline effect to the body. Also, lemon is ionic, which is negatively charged, compared to all the rest of the food, which is positively charged, cationic. When you have an anion and a cation cell that goes together, it creates a friction when they go against each other. It goes from 0 to 500 megahertz. This is the charge. So you want to get as much frequency, as much electricity on it. So the more energy, the more compression, the more resistance against each other, the more friction. That's how you get the energy. So when you eat cationic food, which is all greens, vegetables, and basically all foods, you make a balance with lemon, which is ionic. So you supply the cationic food with the anions that it needs to create the energy. Because if you only eat cationic food, that's what people do every day. They spend a lot of money on whole foods, buying all these cationic foods, but they don't compensate with ionic, negatively charged food like lemon. So lemon is the best thing you can do. Truly is. Also, lemon contains something called chloride acid, which is the same acid as the liver. When you drink lemon, pure, I'm talking about squeezed lemon, not the balls, concentrated lemon, which is nothing. But fresh squeezed lemon into the water, and you drink it, you boost your liver to create natural enzymes, up to 1 billion enzymes, to help all the other organs to function properly. So lemon, absolutely, every day. And if you want to empower the lemon, drink it with boiled water in the morning. Because when you boil water, you create negatively charged OH minus hydroxide that will convert positively charged toxins in your body into negatively charged to become fluid so the body can get rid of them with the natural external channels. So when you put lemon in it, it has a double effect, which is excellent for you. Any other questions?
When I juice a lemon, I can juice the whole lemon with the rind.
Actually, the skin is always more powerful.
Right, so that's what we do. We do lemon, lime,
Yeah.
ginger,
Excellent.
garlic.
In my Vitamix, I put a whole lemon with the seeds.
Yeah, and so you can drink that in boiled water
Yes.
every morning, and that'll be really good.
Absolutely. And skip breakfast if you can.
Right, and lime, the lime too, right?
Yeah, lime is less powerful than lemon.
But
It's not as acidic. It's a little bit sweeter, but it's great too. If I would choose, I would choose lemon. Lemon has a color, which is yellow. All fruits contain a color, which is linked to all our organs. You know the chakras are different colors? Lemon is what? Lemon is what? Yellow. Yellow is the plexus. Plexus is right here. It's your digestive system. That's the most important thing. It's your core. Other questions?
So the less we eat, the better?
I'm sorry?
The less we eat, the better?
Absolutely. The less obstruction, the more vitality. They say I'm French, I'm skinny. You know, people ask me why. You know, I say, well, it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. French people eat less. So they eat all this junk food made of butter and cream and meat and all that stuff, but they don't have as much disease in them. They're not as obese as the American population. Why? Because of the quantity and the time. The sumo diet. You know the sumo, the Japanese, they do sumo? You know how they do it? To get big, they eat a lot of food before they go to sleep. Sumo diet. You want to get big and fat? Eat before you go to sleep.
That's the worst thing.
Yeah, and fat, what is fat? Accumulated fat in the body. The DNA is prepared to survive through famine, which is a lack of food. Because we went through centuries, millions of years, through an excess of very dramatic events in our lives, our ancestors. So our body, our DNA has prepared itself that when it eats fat, it keeps it as a reserve, just in case we get the famine again. So when you eat cooked oil and all these fat foods, trust me, it will get stored somewhere and it will stay there because the body is preparing itself for the next famine. Although you know it's not going to happen, but the body is meant this way. It's designed a certain way. A bioelectrical machine knows exactly what to do. And it's not because you drink alkaline water you're going to raise your alkaline water. It's not your alkaline blood. It's not going to happen this way. If you think you can alter your pH by drinking alkaline water or eating just alkaline food, again, anionic and cationic make the balance. Just eating alkaline food, you're not going to get the nutrition. Actually, you're losing all the nutrition because there's no anions in your body. You need to make balance. Yin and yang.
My mom is in the traditional medical field, and we get in arguments a lot of times about the colon, and if food gets rancidified and stored in the colon, my mom says that the colon is perfect and cleans itself out, and so we get in arguments about colonics, the need for colonics and things like that. If you have any opinion on that?
Yeah, absolutely. The walls of the colons, when meat, for example, petrified in the body, because the body cannot eliminate it properly, because it's not proper food for us. It's just stuck there. It doesn't know where to go and how to go. And the colons do not get rid of them. It doesn't happen this way. They have to go through the gastric acids. It has to go through the whole process of digestive system. Meant, designed, and created for a certain type of food. So when we accumulate these foods, even a small amount, accumulation always accumulates. Food gets stuck there. It doesn't know how to get out. The problem with obese people and people who've been on meds for so many years, when they start fasting, it can be very dangerous because it creates a very dramatic reaction from the body. Of course, they get dizzy because all this waste starting to circulate again in the bloodstream. When this accumulates start to, when you stop eating the junk food and the food that is not proper for us, the body right away start to eliminate what it can. That's why you give yourself a break. Let your body heal itself. Avoid foods. So eat foods. Fresh, ripe fruits that can digest quickly. Wheatgrass juice, plant-based living foods. Forget about broccoli and other stuff that can actually, like kale. Stay away from that for a little bit. Just eat food that because they're hard, they're fibrous. So it takes a longer time to digest. The faster you digest, the better it is. That's why wheatgrass juice is our best food for us. They digest within seconds. You drink a wheatgrass shot, 2 ounces. Of course, it contains everything that the body needs for the entire day. You can survive on 2 ounces of wheatgrass juice. What do you think those cows are so powerful? And that's all they eat. They only eat grass. They don't have cancer, leukemia, or heart attacks. And they only eat grass. 2 ounces of wheatgrass juice contain, first of all, only 8 essential amino acids the body cannot make itself.
Should we drink that every day?
I would suggest highly, yes.
Can I mix my wheatgrass juice with coconut water?
Absolutely. Mix it with anything you want.
What a great combo.
It's a
If
great
you can drink
idea.
it, like, straight
It's
by
a great
yourself.
idea. I'm gonna try that.
But wheatgrass is supposed to be very sweet. So it's very, very pleasant to drink. It's hard to, if you have a reflux, because there was a problem the way it was growing, or the seeds to start with. So give your body a break, fast for a short period of time, and you'll see some change.
Like fast, like
Fast doesn't mean that you stop eating at all. It's just eliminate foods that creates mucus. Eat food that digests quickly, like fresh ripe fruits, and a small amount of it. Like when I fast, I eat a couple mangoes, a couple bananas, and that's it.
I'm gonna get to skinny.
You will get skinny, but the body will adapt itself to the proper weight. You see, although I eat once a day, I'm actually bloated. I am growing. Yeah, I'm growing body mass because I'm going to the gym every day and I push hard for an hour. I do Pilates and I run on the beach. And when I run, it's not a short run. It's from one pier to another. I'm talking about 7 or 8 miles running in the sand, soft sand, without stopping. Now I challenge anybody that is eating meat to follow me.
What time of day do you eat?
Well, when I want. Food doesn't really control me. I'm not hungry though. Food is more like a pleasure. I don't find the food as being such a nutrition of vital life force. For me, I can absorb other type of energies and convert them into vital life force. but I definitely will drink wheatgrass juice, water with lemon, fresh ripe fruits. It was actually mango season for the last 3 months, and that's all I was eating every day. Fresh ripe mangoes. And bananas, love bananas.
Can you get like all the other vitamins?
Forget about vitamins, the body makes its own vitamins.
I mean, like, you know, like the proteins, all that stuff.
The body makes its own
Hydrates.
proteins. The body takes a substance to create proteins.
So that's why we have to like take it in.
That's what everybody believes. Yes. But it doesn't work this way. We are not a car. A car runs on fuel only. We don't run on fuel only. Food, I'm talking about material food, vegetable, fruits.
So
Food
we don't
is
need
not
anything.
our only source of energy. A bigger source of energy is negatively charged electrolytes from the earth. When you connect yourself to the earth, you get a huge amount of energy.
Wow.
Sun is food as well. It contains coherent, intelligent, light information that can be converted to by a life force. There's other forces, cosmic telluric energy, magnetism from the earth, protons from the center of the galaxy that is sent to the sun and sent back to us as solar flares, solar maximums, some type of radiation that is not invasive for us, that can be processed and converted to vital life force. Remember, food is only 15-20% of our energy source. It's not 100%. We are not cars. We are bioelectrical machines.
What is the Bovis Tainer?
It's a container that contains water that has been polarized under the same weather condition or atmospheric condition during the time of dinosaurs, so before the flood. When the atmospheric condition, the atmospheric pressure was 2.3 higher than it is today, when there was 33% more oxygen, 5% more carbon dioxide, and etc. Everything was just more enhanced. So there's a doctor called Borg who actually duplicated a machine under the same atmospheric condition and made some tests with certain life force, life beings, like fruit flies, for example. The second generation of fruit flies under those conditions, under this biospheric hyperbaric chamber, second generation lived 33% longer and grew 22% in size. If we are living under the same atmospheric condition, we would be able to live for 1,000 years and run 200 miles without fatigue. Remember those dinosaurs, huge, massive, they had a very small amount of capacity of lungs. If they would live nowadays, they will run across the street, they'll be totally exhausted. We have big lungs compared to our body. So you can imagine what we could do under those conditions. So part of my mission is to be able to attract the people who have the funds. They don't know what to do with it. There's a lot of people who have a lot of money all around the world. Actors, celebrities, singers. They just don't know what to do with it. They drug themselves out. They just spend it crazy on jewelry and stupid cars. I mean, that's stupid, I'm sorry. I mean to say this. But people have their own definition of happiness. But when they understand, and they start to get the knowledge, they understand that happiness doesn't come from materialistic things. It comes from within. That comes from love, love for one another, compassion and grateful. So, I am doing what I'm doing as my mission to serve humanity and to show them there is a way to evolve into a new human kind of species, a human species, to be able to unlock our potentials, because we are able to do, have, and be everything we want in our lives without stress. Stress is number one factor in the world today that deprives people to live their full potential. Animals have stress, but they de-stress quickly. They run for their lives, they block all the system for survival mode to run away to save their ass from that tiger chasing after them. We humans are the only one that will stress all day long, all week long, all year long. That means we block our system. We live in a left-brain society that is only focusing on the first three chakras, which is sex, money, and power. It blocks right here. There's no heart, there's no mind, there's no compassion, there's no love. There's only one love, it's money. Money is good, it's good energy, and it's good to share. Share to the world, share to these people who find ways to be able to live a life free of oils, coils, and soils. We can live a life. We don't have to work, basically. We have so much technology. Politicians talk. That's all they do. Technicians are the ones that do the things. The scientists are the one that creates. Everything that you see around yourself is made out of technology, the technicians, not from politicians. There's no left, there's no right. There's only one place. It's called the center. It's called the now. The present moment. That's where the magic happens. When you focus on your breathing, you close your eye, you shut down your thoughts, you focus on the mind, this is where the magic happens. You connect yourself with the divine truth, you receive and you transfer, you transmit and you receive, you connect yourself with the divine creation, the true creation of our spirit and consciousness. Are you guys excited about this? I can
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, everything is numbers. Have you heard of number 9?
Beatles song.
Everything is numbers, right? Light and sound. That's what happened during the Big Bang 17 billion years ago. Bang! Right? Speed, light, sound, music, and light. Everything, all the notes between the music is the same ratio than all the light color spectrum. Same ratio. Everything is linked together. This is all the numbers. This is 0. 0 is no thing, which is actually something. It's the void. It's 99.999% of our universe. It's the silence between the notes. It's the silence between the words. It's the subtle energy that you should focus more. Shut down the radio, shut down the TV. Live in noble silence for a while and see what happens. Shut your thoughts. Look around nature. Let it speak to you, because it speaks to you. It shows messages. Flowers contains a perfume that is actually food that you can convert. The perfume of flowers, the perfume of fruits. What is a fruit? A fruit contains a seed. It's an orgasmic fruit. It duplicates another tree, another fruit. Can you imagine the power in it? You mentioned about a mango seed that you were holding and it was starting to vibrate.
Mm-hmm.
How powerful that is. Why did it vibrate? Because of you, my dear. You contain in yourself because you're so kind, so compassionate, you care about the animals. That when you hold it, that seed felt it. And it vibrated because it recognized. Namaste. The divine light in me recognized the divine light in you. That's what the seed talked to you. Nature speaks to you. Recognize it. Be connected to it. It's beautiful. I have chills.
I know, me too. Wow.
Okay, real quick. So all the numbers, right? 1 and 1 is what? 2? 2 and 2 is 4. 4 and 4 is 8. 8 and 8 is 16. 16 cosmic numerology, we add the numbers at 7. 16 times 2 is 32, which is 5. 32 times 2 is 64, which is 10, which is 1. 64 times 2 is 128, which is 11, which is 2. And you can go on and on and on. To infinity, you can multiply, I divide. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5, divided by 2 is 25, which is 7. You actually do the same thing, reverse. Okay? This is the infinity sign. And these 3 numbers we didn't count yet. 3, 6, and 9. Nikola Tesla said, if you understand the power behind numbers 3, 6, and 9, you have the key of the universe. Would you like me to explain and show you?
Yes.
3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 12 times 2 is 24. 24 is 6. 48. That's 12. That's 3. 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6. Back and forth, back and forth. This is the future. This is the past. This is I have So I'll do, to have. So I don't have enough, I'll do more. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Living in this guilt of unsatisfied being, as we are in this competitive world. Number 9 is the only number that hasn't been placed in this. Why? Because number 9 polarizes all the other numbers. 9 and 9 is 18, which is 9. 18 times 2 is 36. 3 and 6 is 9. 72, that's 9. 144, 148, 9. 9 becomes 1, becomes 9. 9 becomes 9. 9 becomes 9. This is the gathering of deities. God, God. And all those numbers have a goal in our lives. The center is off the axe. If you have a disc and put a pen on it and spin it, you actually create a force that is linked to the golden ratio. Everything is linked to the golden ratio.
68.
Well, the golden ratio, actually the Fibonacci sequence. You take 1, you add 1, that's 2. You take the last two numbers. 1 and 2 is 3. 2 and 3 is 5. 3 and 5 is 8, 13, etc. You expand in that same sequence. And the golden ratio is nothing else than you take 13 divided by 8, you get 1.618, etc. And the further you go, the more numbers you get closer to this number that is the only number in all the numbers that exist in the universe that goes to infinity.
It's amazing.
So when you do that by that, it's 1. When you do that by that, you get 1.6. You get closer and closer the further you go. Why do you think the universe is so big? We are the duplication of the cosmos. If you want to live a happy life, make space in your mind. Because your mind is this, and the thought is that goes back and forth in your mind. And every time it touches the surface, that's when you become conscious about it. My car, my daughter, my school, my bills. Boom. You become conscious about it, you think about it. The more you think about it, the more energy you give it. Depression is nothing else than a thought that becomes bigger than the mind. Look at space, look up. Stop looking down, look up. Stand yourself straight, pull yourself straight toward. Conquer your life, conquer your destiny. Live the life that you love. Be in relation with the plan for your life. Everything will come in place, but it's meant to be. Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why you're here tonight. There's a reason why I'm here tonight. There's a reason why you're here tonight. Don't worry about knowing what it is exactly. Just go with the flow. It'll come to you. It always does. So, I'm going to show you something very powerful now. Have you heard of the solfeggio tunes? You know 528?
Right.
Everything is linked to the heart chakras. I mean the chakras. We call it meridians in our body that resonate certain frequencies. So 9, well, let's take the zodiac. The zodiac is 4 quarters, and then you have the 3 houses. So we'll take the 4th one. This is the creation, and this is where it's happening, right? So the 4th one. Let's take 9, and we count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to start 1 here, and we're going to go clockwise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a solfeggio tune. 528, you recognize the heart chakra, the DNA repair. They all play a certain frequency and is linked for us to be able to heal. Now let's count them together. 9 and 6, 15, plus 3 is 18. 18 is 9. 8 plus 4 is 12. That's 3. 10 plus 5, 15. That's 6. This is 9. This is 3. This is 6. 9. 3. 6. When you understand the concept behind 3, 6, 9, you understand you get the key of the universe. again. There's a relation between water and number 369. I'll show you right now. Restricted water. Water that is meant for us. Sorry. Oxygen and hydrogen. (120 degrees). By the way, 120 degrees. 1 and 2 is 3, right? That's 120. You take 2, how much you get? 240. 246. You do the whole circle, that's 360. 306 is what?
7.
9. 369 again. This is the water that is meant for us to be in relation with the divine creation. Power 369. By the way, 9 is now. There's no future or past, it's now. That's why everything's happening. By the way, 7 plus 1, 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. 7 plus 2 is 9. 6 plus 3 is 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. Okay, everything is 9. I have to mention. Now, how many oxygen we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many in the center? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 3. And how many altogether? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 9. 3, 6, 9 again. You see it? We can go deeper. When you have a 9-sided octagon and you link into other octagons, this is the figure that you get as well, the star data. Number 9 faced figure linked together. This is what you get. This is 9, 3, 6 mirrored. Okay? Yin and yang.
You were talking earlier about the water and how it's not at 120.
Yes.
And how ideally the hydrogen should be at that 120.
Yes.
Either I wasn't listening or I
Yeah,
wasn't
it's very
clear on.
simple.
But what do we do about that though, that the water coming out of my tap is not?
Well, when it's poor, when it's weak, it does the same thing as the blood cells. They get on top of each other to create a guru. When it's a guru, it cannot travel properly and efficiently into your cells and tissues to deliver what it's supposed to, which is the oxygen, basically the hydrogen, right? And also all the minerals that it contains. Same thing happens with the water. When it's weak, it gets with another one, and another one, and another one. You get a cluster of about 15 to 18 molecules per water unit. When it gets into your body, and it gets into a cell, it's too thick to get in it. It cannot penetrate. That means a poor hydration. You drink, 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 you pee, 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 right? Because it just goes through. When you drink this type of water, you cut the cluster from 15 to 18 to 6. It penetrates into the cells and tissues. And when it carries this information, this emotion, energy in motion, this intelligent current information into your cells that is recognized, because everything is current in the body.
And how do we make the water like that with the beads?
You do it with the minerals, or you do it with the prill beds. There's other ways you can do it. You can use Vortex. Actually, there's a design by Dan Winter, who created something called the imploder. That is used as an imploder machine that you hooked into your house or a shower head that will make the water spin clockwise and counterclockwise very quickly. And that has a magnetic field in the middle. So when the water goes through this centripetal force, just like two pine cones kissing each other, spinning one direction and spinning the other. This moment of inertia is the moment of self-reorganization, when the water is going to be in contact with number 9, with the void, when it's going to restructure itself to hexagonal shape. It's called the imploder.